Kia ora te whānau, and welcome to the North Shore Eventfinda Stadium here in Auckland for coverage of a Sky Broadband Rapid League game for 2024. We've got the Auckland Tuatara up against the Manawatū Jets. The Jets hunting their first win still after losing all 8 of their games. We've got the Tuatara currently sitting in 5th place in that Rapid League with 5 wins and 4 losses. This is Brooke Rusco. I'm Glenn Lama. Nice to have you joining us for the game tonight, folks. And Brooke, it's a Manawatū team which is searching, right? They're still searching.
Desperate is probably one of the words I look for tonight, but you match it up against a team like the Auckland Tuatara who's sitting to our right here. And two very different teams. You look at the experience that they have down here. They play a slower pace, a slower brand of rapid that we're used to seeing or that we have seen from other teams. So you kind of look at them and expect them to be sitting higher than 5th, but also I think the brand that they're playing when it comes to Rapid League doesn't necessarily suit the pace that everyone else is trying to play as we look at the ladder right here.
Yeah, look, and there is Tuatara just sitting nestled below the Saints and the Rams and the Hawks and the Giants, of course, are going great in the Sky Broadband Rapid League ladder. And there's Manawatū on the bottom, struggling for points, aren't they, really, at the moment, Brooke? And I noticed, too, when these two teams met earlier on in the season, late last month, in fact, it was a Tuatara thumping them 47-16. So fingers crossed Manawatū fans can be smiling a bit more after that, after this game.
Well, one thing that does help is Campbell Scott is back in the lineup for these guys. It's been huge for them. Obviously, you can't start in the main game and play in Rapid, so to have him back playing for Rapid is going to be a huge help. And you're right, they are searching for that one. So I think you've got nothing to lose. Throw the kitchen sink at it and give it a go.
Absolutely. Johnny Kells is in there again. Simon Lafaele, Jackson Stent, Lachlan Crate, the 17-year-old, and also supporting them from the bench in this game, Hakai Lambert, Luca Richards as well. So young team there for Manawatū. And here is the Auckland Tuatara. Well, we got some experience there with McIntosh and Barrow, haven't we, Brooke? But all eyes on Charlie Dalton. He played one game, and he's back for another season at Tuatara after his freshman year over in Canada.
Yeah, huge to have Charlie Dalton back in the mix for this Auckland Tuatara squad, not just for Rapid, but for the main game. He didn't play as much as I expected in the first time he was back, but I expect his minutes to grow as the season continues and as he finds his way back in with Auckland Tuatara.
Yeah, indeed. He only played 5 minutes in that last game that the Tuatara played. So there are the stats, and you can see the turnovers against Manawatū. 3-point percentage is pretty poor for Tuatara. They'll be looking to improve that. The points in the paint too. The home side looking good in that stat too.
Yeah, we can't sugarcoat it. The 3-point percentage needs to increase from both of these squads. And that man on screen right there, just walking out of screen, Chris McIntosh can light it up. You can't give him any space. And he can lift that 3-point percentage on his own. I've been lucky enough to play with him. I've seen him rattle off 20, 23, 24 threes in a row. And once he makes one, it could be a long night for whoever who's marking him. So
yeah, he's going at 46% actually in the Rapid League so far in his games. Not bad, eh? In his 5 games that he's played. So he's wearing number 3 for the Tuatara, who are in the grey, and we're underway in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. And straight away, Dalton sensationally keeps the ball in play, but only just. And now the Tuatara can settle it down through Fitzgerald. Now, posting up here's Ledger. And good defensive play from the Manawatū Jets early, as we can see the first basket go in from Nick Barrow.
You're a little messy there at the start, but big body. Nick Barrow's done this a million times. Got to his bread and butter and just too strong over that right.
Here's Kells. Crate almost lost the ball over the sideline there, but did well in the end to keep possession. Now Scott. Nice move from Campbell Scott. He's a hustler. Campbell Scott did well to recognise the first shot. Didn't hit the rim, which didn't reset the shot clock. Now the Tuatara on the break here. And that's good play, isn't it? As Charlie Dalton gets a layup.
And it starts down the other end. Good defense on, as you see the big foul there on Chris McIntosh, but good defense on Campbell Scott, forced the shot up late. Everyone's out of position. Your safety is down in the 3-point line down the other end, and they push the pace, and you see Charlie Dalton get on the board.
Yeah, Dalton with 2 points there. So 4-0 for the Tuatara at the moment. Kells double teamed immediately. Crate under pressure. And there's the steal by the Tuatara. And here comes McIntosh. Nice defensive play again from the home team. Ledger. And now McIntosh getting a bit of heat there from Kells. Nice ball there from Ledger. And there's the foul on Dalton.
I like the way they're going about their business. Start this ball game, the Auckland Tuatara, just trying to make a statement nice and early.
Should say too, Brooke, that it's Josh Ledger out there, not Will Ledger. Will's on the bench, I think.
It is too.
So here is Dalton at the line. Oh, he's an exciting prospect, still only 19. He loved playing back here in Harbour with his pink shoes.
I was just saying before, I think he's got younger. Now how that's possible. He looked young last year, he looks younger this year.
Dalton has 3 points. Jets still to trouble the scorers. There's the Tuatara make a good start here at Eventfinda Stadium in this Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Now Kells. There's Crates with a little floater. Can't get the timing right. And it's going to be Manawatū ball.
Like the action though. Away screen on the other side, get Crate going downhill. Athletic too. Can finish at the rim. Thought he should have gone straight to the rim. They went for the float game. But the action, the shot, good look.
Here's Scott. Well, running out of real estate there, and he in fact did run out of real estate, stood on the baseline, so it's going to be Tuatara possession.
Just the defensive end is causing problems right now for the Auckland Tuatara with the Jets.
Fitzgerald looking to put the foot down. Ledger back to Dalton again. He's got that acceleration. McIntosh thought about the 3 for a second, and then he was like quadruple team. Still got the ball away to Barrow, and there's a block, and it's a stop for Manawatū.
It's a scrappy possession, but Jets get the job done. Scrap and claw to get the ball, and they just need to get on the board now.
Absolutely. So Scott with the shot clock down to 8 seconds. Caught in possession up high again. Kells for a 3-pointer. And there's the uncontested rebound by Dalton. Now Josh Ledger. Early ball into Barrow. Going to post up here. Nick Barrow floats that one in nicely right over the top of Lambert. 7-0.
It's tough down there with big Nick Barrow with their body.
Plenty of time for the 3-pointer here. It's not going to drop there for Lambert. So still no score here for Manawatū. Tough start for them, Brooke.
Real tough start. Great start here for the Auckland Tuatara though, and it's on the defensive end. I think the Jets, if they can get some stops and get out and run, that's when it's going to most benefit them. But easier said than done against this Tuatara squad with all the experience in the world. They just slow it down, get the ball in the paint. Nick Barrow is making them pay at the moment.
Couple of subs are coming too for the Tuatara. It's McIntosh. Just overcooks that 3-pointer. Dalton. Johnny on the spot there with that rebound. Another opportunity inside the last minute in this first quarter. Cooper. Oh, a little foul there. Well, in fact, no, it's called for travelling.
The best defensive set that they've had so far, the Jets. Forced the turnover on that one. They need to get in-play turnovers as well. Obviously a turnover is a turnover, but keep the ball in play. Don't allow the Tuatara to set up their defense as Nick Barrow makes his way back into this ball game quickly. But just don't allow them to set up their defense. It looks stifling at the moment.
Absolutely. Stent to inbound it. Now Kells. So Luca Richards has come into the game for Manawatū as well, wearing 24. Scott's still out there. Kells, look at the defensive intensity from the Tuatara. It's been excellent in the game so far. Now Scott doing it on his own alone again. Tough 2-pointer from Campbell Scott, but here comes the Tuatara through Fitzgerald. And he can't get the layup, but there was a foul there, but Manawatū, at least they got 2 points now, Brooke.
Yeah, they're on the board. Tough finish there from Campbell Scott. Tuatara doing a good job at the moment, just staying in front, staying strong, staying aggressive. That's good defense from Chris McIntosh, just better offense from Campbell Scott right there, but they're on the board.
Indeed, Fitzgerald's at the line.
Just on some actions that they have down there, though. Tuatara doing a good job at the moment of switching guard to guard. Jets need to screen their own man, wait a little bit longer in their spaces. So just getting a little bit sped up at the moment.
6-point game. There's about a second differential between the shot and the game clock coming into quarter time. Here's Crate. Gives it back to Kells. Barrow gets away with that little body check. Here's Kells again. Nice pass to Richards. That's a good kick out to Jackson Stents. Can't get the 3-pointer. Good little hustle there from Scott. But in the end, he can't get the 2 points. A low scoring first quarter here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Tuatara up by 8-2.
And I know they're not going to be happy with the 2 points. There's no way that any coach, you can't sugarcoat, is going to be happy about having 2 points after that first quarter. But to only be down 6, you got to find the silver lining somewhere. And I don't think the Tuatara have actually played that bad. It's what we talked about at the start, is they play a slow pace. So they're probably going to score around that 8 to 12 mark each quarter. They have to get it done on the defensive end. We see some of these squads, they're putting up 15, 16 in a rapid league quarter. So on brand. Obviously, Tuatara left a couple out there as well, but on brand for them to sit with their 8 points, and great job on the defensive end, keeping them to 2.
There's your dinner sorted, Brooke. A large veggie pizza for $30.
I'm not even a veggie guy, but they're so good, I'll get that.
Man, 100%. That offer's valid until Tuesday, folks, so get into it. Just scan that QR code. Leading scorer in the game is Nick Barrow with 4. Charlie Dalton with that 3 points, one of them a free throw, of course. And Campbell Scott getting that tough layup, the only player to score for Manawatū so far. Manawatū 1 from 8. None of them have really been good looks other than that 1 3-pointer.
Well, it feels forced as well.
Yeah.
It feels like they're just getting rushed here from the Auckland, from the defense of the Tuatara. They just need to slow down. I think Coach Tia Tamata Frost maybe run a different action with Campbell Scott high. You just send up the big, and you almost play that 2-man action. If they double, if you set it up high enough, hit the roller, let the weak side react, and then try and find your shooters. But you're right, forced actions, you want to try and get some easy looks.
So Manawatū at the first possession of the second quarter. It's Campbell Scott with the ball. Now Richards posting up here on Cooper. Richards, in fact, getting the ball now. This is Lambert. That's better. Hakaya Lambert with those 2 points. Cuts the lead to 4.
It's got the last name. It's the pedigree of the Lamberts. It's in the DNA. Cooper gets to the rim. Just too easy. No one picked it up. Off a make. Can't allow him to get downhill, and easy layup on the rim.
Yeah, Tukaha Cooper. He'll enjoy this game, playing against some former teammates. Crate. Good ball rotation that time. Kells can't nail the 3. Good hustle. They get another chance as Crate drives. Now Lambert again. Oh, he's lost his footing, but he's okay. Shot clock down to 4 seconds. Not going to drop there for Luca Richards. And here comes McIntosh. A bit of style there from Charlie Dalton.
Just way too easy. Once again, transition. It's killing them right now. Transition defense needs to get better for the Manawatū Jets as well.
Biggest lead of the game now for the Tuatara is Scott. Crate for 3. And Charlie Dalton with the rebound.
Best look they've had, though. Got the ball side to side, dribble penetration, extra pass, wide open look. That's the one you got to connect on.
McIntosh. Traffic was heavy as Ledger. And Lambert's tipped it out. So it's going to be more possession here for the Tuatara.
Both teams could do with 3, just to see the 3-ball go down.
Yeah, we haven't had one yet, have we?
Haven't had one. Tuatara have only put up 1. Jets have put up 5, over 5 right now, but the 3-ball can make or break either team. Tuatara could blow this one out, but Jets just to fight their way back into it.
Shot clock's at 7. Here's we're in the second period of the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Barrow. Now Fitzgerald. Still got the pass away to Barrow. Oh, nice play there from Nick Barrow. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
That's just the experience. Shot clock running down, 5 seconds on the clock when Fitzgerald got it. High on ball there from Nick Barrow. Slipped it quickly. Knew just how much time he had. Snuck it in there. And it wasn't a 3-pointer, but a chance of a 3-point play. We'll take it however we can get it at the moment.
100%. Barrow not going to get the 3-point play.
Come on, Nick.
But he is the leading scorer in the game with 6 points. 13th season in the NBL for Nick Barrow. Put that in perspective, Lachlan Crate was 4 years old with his hands on the ball there when Barrow was playing his first season. Scott's lost it. Here comes the Tuatara again. It's Dalton, the Energizer Bunny. Cross-court pass is a beauty over to Fitzgerald. Better defense this time from Manawatū. Shot clock down to 8 seconds. Beautiful ball there from Barrow. McIntosh, rather Dalton can't nail the 3-pointer. That was a lovely play from the Tuatara. Now Crate on the fast break. Here's Lambert for a 3. Ledger with the rebound. Josh Ledger back out there now. And now Fitzgerald once more. Poor pass that time, and Dalton can't grab it.
This is a sloppy minute and a half right there from both squads. Good job last time on the defensive end from the Jets. Pushed it out in transition. Got the best look in the corner that they've had in a while. And once again, just got to make those wide open threes. See in the main game coming up next, you get the likes of Corey Webster or Cam Glidden, Mustafa Hera, and you give them a space that's going down.
Exactly. Here's Kells. Crate. It's come off a Tuatara play. I think it might have come off Barrow. So there's still 11 on the shot clock for Manawatū.
But to that point with the three-pointers, this is the reason that you have the Rapid League as well. It gives you a chance to experience the pace, get those looks.
Kells. Nice ball that time into Richards. And that's 2 points for Manawatū.
It was. Saw the athleticism right there. I thought he was going to bang that. Ended up finishing with the right hand on the inside, but good look there from the Jets.
Couple of stops here for Manawatū. Look, this game's far from done. McIntosh can't nail a three. We're still waiting for a three-pointer. How about that for a rebound from Richards? That was a beauty.
And this is where they need to run. Tuatara did a good job right there to set up their defense, but Jets, off that rebound, you haven't had a chance to really run to try and make the most of those opportunities.
Right into Richards. Kells wide open for a three.
Hold on, Josh.
And it's salvaged there by McIntosh. So he'll settle it down for the last play now of this first half. Fitzgerald trying to work off Barrow. He's lost it. Will there be enough time? Or there will be a player timeout called just in the nick of time by Lachlan Crate.
Smart play.
1 second left.
Just the understanding of the clock. Knew that they had to play a timeout there. Didn't muck around, got it in, and give themselves a chance. And you're right. They get down here and score. Whether it's a 2 or a 3, it's back to a 6 or a 5-point ball game.
Man, it's a low scoring. I don't think we've had a Sky Broadband Rapid League game with this. Well, only 20 points in the first half across the two teams. We've had some teams getting 20 points on their own. So Kells with a second left. Richards. And Manawatū are not going to get the shot away in time. So it will be 14-6 to the Tuatara at halftime in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game.
And that's what you're learning. Obviously, you make that player timeout because you only have 1 second. You have to get that shot up. Have to know the time on the clock. Give yourself a chance.
Can't score without putting the shot up.
That's it. It probably is a great way or a perfect picture of how that first half went for the Manawatū Jets. And if you look at the points here, it's going to be tough to pull it up when you only have 3 players scoring 2 points.
Nick Barrow's got 6 points. That equals Manawatū's total score. Dalton already has 4 rebounds. You can just see the enthusiasm and excitement the way he plays. Fitzgerald, McIntosh, a couple of assists. Don't think there's anything unusual in that. And Lambert with a block there and 3 steals in the game so far. So plenty for both teams to actually have a think about here. Brooke, isn't it, really?
The Jets have chances.
Yeah.
And I think what was working for them late, and we talked about that, was their high on ball, get it to the roller, let the defense from the backside of the Tuatara rotate, and let that big make a decision. If they don't come, you can finish on the rim. We saw that athletic finish. If they do come, Nick Barrow has collapsed there a couple of times, then find your shooter wide open. And they have found their shooter. The 3-ball just hasn't been working for them right now. They're 0 of 7, but I would say 4 of them were really good looks. And then it just becomes confidence. Basketball is such a confidence game when you miss 3 or 4. It starts to play in your mind. And
yeah, and it's hard to come.
Next play up.
Exactly, hard to come back. But Tuatara have very good inside the paint, aren't they? Or inside the 2-point range. 6 from 8, 75%, but still none from 3. So we haven't had a 3-pointer in the game in the first half. But, you know, Manawatū, as we said, nothing changes for them, really, Brooke, does it? Couple of stops, couple of threes, and they're right back in the game.
Right back in the ball game. And the stats, I think really separates them too much. 1 in the rebounding count, The Jets have got up a bunch more shots. They're just shooting 3 of 15 right now. That's the problem, but they've got the shots up that they've been looking for, trying to get. Rushed a couple times, but all they need to see is 1 or 2 go down. It's not like the Tuatara are blowing you out at the moment as well, so they're still in the fight.
So third period coming up here at Eventfinda Stadium on Auckland's North Shore. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Don't forget that Sellers NBL game between the two teams coming up at 7:30. Here's Barrow. Barrow holding the ball to Ruben Fitzgerald, who's blocked by Lambert, his second block of the game. Good stop there for Manawatū.
That's where it starts on the defensive end. Good job there on the back cut. No one overhelped.
Jackson Stent for 3. Oh, he's way off target there, but Lambert's got the ball and it hit the backboard. Here goes Crates. Yes! Lachlan Crate with the 3.
And just like that, it's a 5-point ball game.
Hanging tough, Manawatū. There's Dalton. Now Barrow up high again. McIntosh marked by Jonty Kells. Another good defensive stop was set coming here for Manawatū as Dalton. Crate gives up the foul right at the end.
And I was having a good catch up with Coach Natu Tufali before the game, and he's talking about Crate, and he said one thing he loves about him is the defensive end. Did a good job contesting late. Contact there.
Ooh. Must have just been with a little hip move there.
Yeah, contact first. Did a good job contesting with the ball. Contact before that. Dalton gets to the line, but Coach Natu Tufali was high on Crate and what he can achieve in this game of basketball, but loves what he can do on the defensive end.
Well, for 17, I reckon he's looking good for the future. Number 14 for Manawatū. So Charlie Dalton at the Chemist Warehouse stripe here. Second visit in the game for him, and he gets 2 out of 2 that time. Goes to 7 points. The leading scorer in the game, and it's the Tuatara out by 7. Once more, their lead has been as high as 8 in the game. Lambert. Here's Scott for 3. Short with that one, and it's fallen nicely here for Dalton. Ball's a magnet to him at the moment. Here's Ledger. Over to Fitzgerald. Nice pass. Barrow with the offensive rebound. And now here's Fitzgerald with a second opportunity. I thought it was partially blocked, but in the end, Manawatū did well. And here comes Kai Lambert again. Stent settles for a 3. Buries it.
And shot it with confidence. The last 3 he shot was off the side of the backboard in transition. Straight lined it down.
Here's McIntosh. Getting a bit of heat there from Scott. Still going to be Tuatara ball with 13 on the shot clock. Couple of subs coming in for the Tuatara. Cooper and Will Ledger. But there's Stent's 3-pointer. He likes to put up the 3.
Big 3 as well. And like the goldfish memory. Last one didn't fall. Got a wide open look. Not going to get a much better look than that as Cooper gets to the rim and converts.
Well, that's not for the first time we've seen him drive strongly to the basket.
Saw him on the way in as well. Said, I need to get this one tonight.
Cooper with that layup has 4 points for the Tuatara. Now Kells. Good ball to Stent. Here's Kells for 3. And it's going to be Josh Ledger with the rebound.
Kells has had looks tonight. 0-4, but the shots have looked good. He's got to continue to take those and make them now.
McIntosh passes to Will Ledger, and it's straight off his hands. It's going to be Manawatū ball.
A little sloppy right now from the Auckland Tuatara. They've only got 2 points in this quarter as well, but giving up a couple threes that I thought they should have taken. Chris McIntosh wide open there. Shooter of his caliber. He's got to let that one go, and Ruben Fitzgerald last time down gave up a wide open 3 as well.
Kells, good heat there from Ledger. Lambert for 3. And there's 3 in a row for Manawatū. All from pretty much the same spot too, Brooke.
Just what the doctor ordered we talked about, if the 3-ball can get them back in this ball game, and it's done just that.
Back to a 3-point game. Now Dalton. A minute left in this third period. Here's McIntosh. McIntosh almost loses it. He ran out of room there. And it's going to be Manawatū ball. No foul conceded by the Jets.
You're right, ran out of real estate, and Nick Barrow making his way back into this ball game, but he was standing next to us, and all you could hear him yelling was, "Move it."
So halftime score is 14-6. So it's a Manawatū 9-4 at the moment with another play here.
Jets are up a little bit higher right now. Getting a little bit more freedom in this offense, getting the shots that they want. And one thing that's promising is Campbell Scott, the man with the ball right now, hasn't played a huge part in it.
Ooh, Scott there disputing that one, almost got it too. And now here comes the fast break. Scott's down injured in back play, so it's a 5-on-4 situation. And there's Cooper again, looking good.
Tough finish.
Tukaha Cooper.
Wanted to have a dance, and he did. Got to the rim, tough finish. Extend this lead to 5.
Last play now of the third period. Manawatū have 8 seconds. Good defense up high there by the Tuatara, but Stent's open for a 3. Just a touch short. And that's going to do it for the third period. But that lead has been cut by 3 points in that period. It's down to 5, 20-15.
Yeah, big quarter right there from the Jets. Just when we were saying nothing was working for them on the offensive end, they turn it around quickly and show what they can do. 3 threes. Had a chance at that fourth with Jackson Stent there in the corner, but have to love the hustle from Nick Barrow. Rotated from one corner to the other to make that shot tough. And still a 5-point game, but wasn't the tightest quarter you've ever seen in the world from the Auckland Tuatara, and the Jets made the pay.
100%. Interesting thing, too, is all those 3-pointers came from different players. Stent got one, Lambert got one, and Craig got one.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a promising sign right now that Campbell Scott hasn't really found his groove for the Manawatū Jets, because we know what he can do. At 28, the first time he started against Ty Webster and the Otago Nuggets. So we know what he's capable of doing.
Absolutely.
And a promising sign for them right now is he's just sitting on the 2 points, 1 of 5, 0 of 1, from deep. So he sees one. You make this one a tough one for the Auckland Tuatara.
Well, Charlie Dalton's having a good game, though. He's not only the leading scorer, Brooke, but he's also the leading rebounder with 5. He's got 7 points. So he's doing a good job at both ends of the court. There's Charlie Dalton, the youngster, another North Harbour product.
And still across the board, it's pretty similar. Jets put up a whole bunch more shots. 6 of 23, so all of their points in that last quarter came from deep.
So last period's underway. The Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Lambert, marked there by Josh Ledger. Good ball back to Lambert, who made space really well, but just couldn't get the little spin off the backboard.
Like the action, though. Double back cuts. Came down with the handoff and found the big. It's a good look.
Scott playing tough D here on Cooper. Cooper's going to go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe to shoot a couple.
Like that, though. First move was taken off. Good D there from Scott. You can tell their play before. Read it like a book. Was there. Behind the back, though, to that second move and picked up the foul and got to the line. And he's been huge for the Tuatara here in the second half of Rapid.
Yeah, he sure has. He's coming, well, gets the second free throw. He'll be the leading scorer in the game. He didn't even start, remember. Come off the bench for the Tuatara. And that's exactly what's happened. He has 8 points. 3 from 3 from the field. Brooke, 2 free throws for him.
It's not bad. Perfect impact off the bench. Like we said before, he didn't want to lose this game against his mates. Same action that they ran before. Double back cut. Turnover this time.
Yeah, risky pass there from Stent. Picked off easily that time by the Tuatara. Josh Ledger. McIntosh. Tuatara just giving a little hint there that they're slowing the play down a little bit there, and there's Will Ledger getting the roll off the rim for a 3.
And their first 3 of the game. They've only put up 4. It's not like they're shooting the 3-ball terribly, it's just they're not shooting the 3-ball at all.
Feels like they've just toughened up defensively, haven't they, the Tuatara in this fourth period.
Tighten up the screws.
Great! Brilliant job there. Did he get fouled as well? He did. That was a hustle there by the 17-year-old.
It's always the toughest one to rebound, is the air ball. I think that's definitely, they're trying to say there wasn't a shooting foul down here for the Auckland Tuatara. It looked like a shooting foul to me.
Auckland Craig, he doesn't turn 18 till January next year.
He's got his whole life ahead of him.
Absolutely. And of course, as we mentioned in previous broadcasts, he's off to Turkey with the New Zealand under-17 team very soon for the World Champs, World Cup. He was part of the New Zealand under-16s last year that finished second at the Asian Champs. That's a decent achievement. Can't get the second free throw, so the lead is 9. Here goes Fitzgerald. Dalton goes baseline. Nice strong move by Charlie Dalton.
Tough. It's the experience showing late in this ball game. Just gave it a big run there in that third, but you're right. They've just tightened the screws here in the fourth. The Tuatara have blown this one out to 11, but they're getting it all done on the defensive end.
Tuatara gave up a foul at that end of the court. So here comes Campbell Scott. Just a second Rapid League game for Campbell Scott. Having been promoted to the Cells NBL starting lineup for several games while they waited the arrival of another import who has actually arrived. Here's McIntosh. Lane shut pretty close, pretty quickly there. And now here is Cooper once again. Ledger. Fitzgerald for 3. Yeah, rattles it in. Big basket there for Ruben Fitzgerald, and now the Tuatara looking comfortable with 1:52 to play.
And you're right, rattled that one in, but good look there from Ledger. Caught the weak side slipping. Pretty good job to rotate there. Good hand on Fitzgerald, who struggled from deep last couple games, but hits that one, and it might just about do it. 14 points with under 2 minutes to go. It'll be tough from here.
Tuatara outscoring the Manawatū Jets 10 points to 1 so far in this quarter. And Lachlan Crate would have been disappointed to miss that layup.
And they've gone back to that. They've run that every time. Getting the big at the elbow, sending the wings through.
Richards steals one for Manawatū. Now Lambert. Richards gives it back to Kells. Almost loses it, Jonty Kells.
Just too much time off the shot clock here as well, down to 4 seconds already.
Yeah, they needed to put up a quick shot, didn't they? Stand, can't control it, and it's going to be Tuatara ball.
And the perfect outcome there for the Tuatara on the defensive end. 1 second to go, turnover, ball going back your way. And that's just the experience, and once again, just talking about rapping, why it's so valuable. You learn from these mistakes. You have to get the shot up, especially when you're down 14 with under 2 minutes to go. No time to waste.
Fitzgerald. Now McIntosh. Marked closely by Crate. Again, you don't need to push the pass now. The Tuatara with a comfortable margin on the scoreboard as Dalton is fouled again with 0.3 second on the play left. Oh, killer for Manawatū.
That's right there. You just have to keep your hands out of the cookie jar. I understand how tempting it is, especially when you're behind the person with the ball, in this case, Charlie Dalton. Just can't overcommit. Had a chance of potentially even being a shot clock violation.
Well, Dalton gets back to the line. He's 4 from 5 in the game. Five from 6. 47.1 seconds remaining, and all of a sudden it's a 16-point game. Wow.
And it always takes your legs out of you.
card and coin. New Balance, we got now. Bolton. And a huge thanks once again to our Tuatara members and partners for season 2024. South NBL, AFA, Home Improvement and Landscaping. Wuchan Team. Harcourts, Cooper & Co. Makita, NZ. BC IDO. Baraka.
Basketball is a movie, and every game is a blockbuster. E for excitement, entertainment, energy, and epic. Cells NBL 2024 is rated E.
Help me up, never let it fall. Help me roll like an animal. Back to the road. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone. And I don't care what you think you got.
Well, kia ora everybody. Nice to have you with us here from Eventfinda Stadium in Auckland on the North Shore for Cells NBL action for 2024, and this is the Auckland Tuatara and the Manawatū Jets going at it for the second time in 2024. They met on April 27th with the Tuatara prevailing down in Palmy by 98-79. So thanks for joining us. Got a good crowd in here too here at the North Shore Event Centre, or Eventfinda Stadium these days, as the two teams go through their final preparations. Glenn Lama's my name, Brooke Rusco with us for the call. Nice to have you along, Brooke, again, mate. And, yeah, good crowd behind us. Good crowd over that side as well. And it's all set for a cracking match, eh?
Yeah, well, we use the word desperate for the Rapid League for the Manawatū Jets, and kind of have to use that word once again. They're searching for their win, and it doesn't get much easier when you have the squad that the Auckland Tuatara have and how they're kind of flowing at the moment. But you're right, good crowd in here considering Auckland Blues and the Hurricanes played tonight, and it was they're packed over there at Eden Park, so Auckland is showing up tonight.
Absolutely. All right, there's the mixandpick.com poll for this evening. Who's going to win and by how much? And, yeah, pretty big margin there for the Tuatara on the 1 to 20, and not far behind is the Tuatara by 21 plus. Not many picking the Jets, who are having a tough season.
Well, they're going to have their work cut out for them, but one thing is they got a little bit better overnight with a brand new import that's going to be joining them and playing for them tonight in the guard position. So Question Lane, has joined the squad, and it's going to open up opportunities for the other guards, but I expect him to have a big load tonight.
Absolutely. There's the Tuatara currently in second place with 7 wins, just the 2 losses. Nicely positioned as we move up to the halfway stage of the Cells NBL. And there's Manawatū, just their solitary win still over the Southland Sharks. They're nestling there in 10th place. But it's been a tough season. However, they do have a new player in their team coming all the way from Germany, who's just finished his rookie pro season. We'll get on to him in just a moment. Here's the draw for the next little while here on the Cells NBL tomorrow afternoon. Taranaki hosts Southland, and then we're in Wellington for the doubleheader tomorrow against Nelson. And then on Wednesday, we roll into Hawke's Bay, Napier for the Hawks Bulls game. So 3 good games coming up there. And that Bulls-Hawks game should be a pretty good match coming up on Wednesday. So here's the starting 5 for the Jets. And there is the new player, number 15, Quashawn Lane. Keep your eye on him. What sort of dynamic is he going to have in this game? Also starting today, Mustafa Heron, Simon Lafaeli, Liam Judd coming off a career-high 30 points last week. And the other import in the team, Troy Baxter Jr. And the coach is Natu Taufale.
Coach, brand new import arrived this week, Quishon Lane. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, he's a pretty astute point guard. You know, he's played in Germany for a bit. He's gone home, and you know, we've been looking for a point guard for quite some time, and it's been a challenge trying to get one, especially with European clubs not releasing anyone. So we're really excited to get him here.
That team that I'm looking at down there with the Auckland Tuatara, they have an amazing starting five. Bench is getting a little bit stronger. How do you slow down this juggernaut?
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's a challenge for all teams. You know, a massive experience in terms of international experience, and also NBL, Australian ABL. It's a challenge, but we have to do it collectively. For us, we're going to focus on the defensive boards and taking care of the ball. If we can do that, then we give ourselves a shot at trying to take care of the juggernaut.
Good luck tonight.
So Ngāti Taufale, a tough season for him in 2024. Hopefully kicking into gear now with this game. Let's have a look at the Auckland Tuatara starting five. Don't think we're going to get any surprises here with Corey Webster, Cam Glidden, Rumitarangi, Tom Vodanovic and Rob Lowe. It's a powerful lineup once again for the Auckland Tuatara, who once again coached this year by Aaron Young.
Coach, another big week. What's been the focus this week?
Yeah, just consistency really. Like, you know, we've strung a couple of good wins together, but you know, the Jets obviously bring in another guard, and they wreaked havoc on us in the first quarter of the last, you know, a couple of weeks ago. So for us, it's just about being consistent and building on our habits.
You're finding consistency with their starting five as well. Corey Webster's been a great facilitator. Rob Lowe, 31 last week. Tom Vodanovic, had 31 as well. It feels like their starting group is finding their groove right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good balance to what we're doing. I'd love to get Rubes going a little bit more, and you know, once he gets going and everyone else does what, you know, continues to do what they're doing, that's, you know, when it becomes really scary. But still far from a finished product, and obviously with, you know, new guys coming in and out, it's going to be important for us to keep things that's very similar to what we're trying to do.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight.
Yeah, Aaron Young's done a great job for several seasons now in the Auckland region, coaching the Huskies, of course, prior to the launch of the Tuatara. Really interesting Tuatara team this year, isn't it? No American imports in there at all, but boy, there's still a lot of talent in that side, isn't there?
Oh, talent galore. Apparently there's over 1,000 caps for the starting lineup with this Auckland Tuatara squad, and under 100 for the Manawatū Jets. So you can see the experience alone just in that. And as we look at this with players with 21 plus points or more, the points per game is obviously favouring one side, and that team assist continues to grow for the Auckland Tuatara, and so is that three-point percentage. But the scary part about this squad is I feel like the Auckland Tuatara are only just finding their straps right now. It's all kind of falling into place. Last game they had Tom Vodanovic had 31, Rob Lowe had 31, Cam Glidden blew the game open in the fourth quarter. I think the Tuatara are going to be there or thereabouts, but if they want to really cement themselves, Cam Glidden, I think, can be the one that separates them from the pack. And we saw what he did. It was 80 all going into the fourth quarter against the Hawks, and I think he went off for 16, 17 points in that fourth and just completely blew the game open. So it's a scary task to look at that team right there, especially the starting five that could potentially start in an ANBL game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan Jones, Mikey Graham were part of the officials for this clash, with Danielle Coog the other. So final instructions here for the team. So touched on the last time these two teams met back in April the 27th, Tuatara 98, Jets 79. Rob Lowe leading rebounder in the league at the moment with 12.7. Tom Vodanovic with 45.7 from beyond the arc. He's leading the three-point shooting percentages at the moment. So some firepower, isn't there, right across their team?
Yeah, they're winning the battles that they want to win at the moment. So especially with the team that they have and the age that they have, they're sitting pretty well in terms of they've played a couple more games than everybody else. So the push that they have late in the season, if they can continue to win, is going to allow them to rest some of these old legs coming into the playoffs. And you know, these guys have played so many playoff games. The experience may just get them through, but you know, the league, especially 1 to 5, as Andrew Mulligan has called it, he thinks it. It's pretty much locked in there, 1 to 5.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of fighting off for that 6th spot at the moment, but all these teams are finding their groove, and this back half of the season is going to be very, very exciting.
Now, there's a little look there at number 15 for the Manawatū Jets. Quishon Lane, who's come out of the University of New Haven. There he is right there. New player, very first game in New Zealand. And we'll be looking forward to seeing what impact he can have, even though he's only pretty much just got off the plane.
Well, one big thing that I was talking to Coach Manawatū about with him is he has come from the American system but went to Germany. It's physical over there, and he learned a lot about his game. He said it's very different than the American brand. So this isn't brand new for him. Obviously, it's a brand new team. It's a brand new competition. But he has some sort of idea what he could be getting into with what he's done in Germany. But once again, talking to Coach, said that he's high IQ type of player. He's going to help this backcourt and whole squad out a whole bunch, having him out here in this ball game tonight.
Yeah, 100%. So it'll be really interesting to see how he goes, Brooke. Just come off a 31-game season for his side in Germany. He scored 11 points per game and 5 assists. So let's get this game underway between the Tuatara and the Manawatū Jets, and it's going to be the Tuatara with the first possession as Webster settles it down straight away. 22 points per game. He's going at Corey Webster. Low. Now Tarangi gets a beautiful ball back into Rob Lowe. And straight away there's a foul there by Baxter Jr. No basket.
Just a really tidy set though from Auckland Tuatara to set this game up. Talking to Coach Aaron Young before the game and in the interview, you see the good look there from Ruben Tarangi and finds Rob Lowe, picks up the foul early on Troy Baxter Jr.
You've got to keep Baxter out of foul trouble.
Without a doubt.
In this game. So Lowe. He's getting at 22 points per game, and he's going at 70% from the free throw line. He's just a customary pro, isn't he, Rob Lowe, as he opens the scoring.
Congratulations to him as well. Brought up his 50th game today with the Auckland Tuatara and signed another year with Melbourne United, so still got some gas in the legs.
Yeah, 100%. He's still on 32. Now here, Heron. Looking for Baxter Jr. down low, not getting the ball, though, is Heron. Oh, as it's stripped out of his hands, he still manages to get the ball back to Judd. Now Lafaele. And the shot clock expires. Lafaele wasn't sure if he was aware there that we were down to the last couple of seconds.
Yeah, that's on him. Has to see the shot clock at all times, understand the shot clock, but also on his team as well on the bench. Didn't hear anything from anyone calling out the shot clock. And Ruben Tarangi on the back cut. The flex action. Just too easy. Good pass there from Corey Webster, and continues to pass the ball with a vengeance.
Heron with an early three. Nice rebound by Judd. No foul from him, from Vidanovic. It looks like he's taken a poke in the eye or the nose or something there. The Manawatū get another chance. Heron puts up another shot, but he's short. And now here comes Glidden. Settles it down for Tarangi. It's just like their rapid league team. They can't get going early, Manawatū. Oh, a lot of holding off the ball there. No foul as Lane gets it. And now here comes Lafaele. And a contest for the ball is going to be resulting in Manawatū ball. Well, Heron hasn't nailed his first couple of shots, Brooke, but in the last game against the Saints last week, he really was a bit shy in putting the ball up. Wants to get on the board early. Mustafa Heron. Now here's Lane.
Look for him to be more aggressive tonight as well. And the reason is this man here has joined the squad. We see the floater over Rob Lowe and tipped away. But Heron was doing a lot of his work, last week. And just trying to get the team into sets, make sure everyone was in position. Now he can go back to a scoring role.
Here's Webster working away on Baxter Jr. And Webster starts to cook early.
Well, speaking of scoring role, Corey's taking a real step back in terms of what he can do with the ball, playing point for the Auckland Tuatara, but we know what he's capable of. One of the best shooters New Zealand's ever seen, and creates space, knocks down the three.
So Webster off to the races early, and so are the Tuatara. And Glidden's tipped the ball back to Vidanovic, and now here comes Webster again. Tough team, aren't they, Glidden? Radar slightly off. Baxter Jr. with the rebound for Manawatū. Just pulls up for the three. Glidden comes away now in transition. Tarangi looking to work off Rob Lowe. Nice ball over to Vidanovic. He gets going with the threes early. He can't miss at the moment.
Yeah, that's the problem when you have Corey Webster running the point. He's made a three. They overcommitted on that. The best three-pointing shooter in the league right now, Tom Vidanovic, finds space, knocks it down.
Liam Judd can't nail that. And already Manawatū are chasing the game big time. 10-0. Glidden. Nice hustle under the hoop. Low, and he's fouled and gets a second foul on Baxter Jr.
And timeout won't be far away. Matter of fact, I think they called a timeout already, but put it plain and simple, it's just too easy. Wide open shot right there from Rob Lowe off the slip. Fights for the second offensive rebound from Tom Vidanovic, and then the third to Rob Lowe, and just can't allow them to get second, third chance opportunities. They're going to make you pay, and they do just that. It's a 12-point lead to start this ball game.
And it's just come so fast too, isn't it?
Well, it's just too easy right now. They're getting everything they want. They're getting to all their spots. Jets need to get up and in, create havoc, and get out and run. But it's hard to run when you're taking the ball out of the net the whole time. But it just feels like the Auckland Tuatara are playing at a level right now, at a pace that they want to play at. We've seen that in the last couple games. Hawks did a good job in the last game, but they had a couple quarters, Auckland Tuatara, where you knew if they could string it together for 3 or 4 quarters, they're going to be a promising side. And they've started this ball game the same way that they ended the fourth and their last time out against the Hawks.
Well, 12-0, 3.5 minutes played. Aaron Young still demanding excellence from his team. He's done a good job, Aaron Young, hasn't he, the last 2 to 3 years?
And I know it's not the exact same team as they had last year. No Jared Weeks. Corey Webster wasn't a part of the team last year, neither was Tom Vidanovic, but they made it to the final.
Still pretty settled squad, though, isn't it? Only a couple of key changes you touched up. Pero Hunt was another one.
Well, that's it. They still have a point to prove. They feel like they should have won last year. Corey Webster obviously had something else to say with the Rams, but they have a point to prove this year, and they're starting to sort it out at the moment.
Good to see Mustafa Heron going hard at the Tuatara defenders, and the foul went on Tarangi. But Heron looks like he's got a bit more intent than in this game than he did last week against the Saints.
He's got that explosive first step. Wasn't much in that, but just got to the hip of Ruben Tarangi and picked up the foul, and more importantly, got them on the scoreboard.
Heron's going at 21 points a game at 39%. 3-point percentage is only 21, so he's got lots of improvement in him. Gets the second free throw as well. So Manawatū on the board finally after an icy start.
Very capable three-point shooter, though. Look at the looks that he saw last year, and it's just because they've been undermanned, they've been injured. And he's seen a lot of attention on the defensive end.
Tarangi. Nice ball into Lowe. Beautifully timed pass. There's 6 points to Rob Lowe. It's back to a 12-point game.
Smart play, saw the mismatch. Height advantage, threw it where the defense couldn't get it.
Now Lane looking for some movement. Of course, Sean Lane. There's his first 2 points in the New Zealand NBL. Scored in 3 countries now.
And that's what he's going to have to do. Just going to go into the do-it-yourself kit. Tough finish there.
Tarangi left wide open with a mid-range little one-hander. Again, too easy for the Tuatara.
Yeah. And it's on the first looks too, on the first options for the Auckland Tuatara. They're getting every look that they like.
Nice ball there from Liam Judd, and the reverse layup is good from Lafaele.
Great job, way to use the...
Hey, there's a few Manawatū fans in the stands tonight here.
There is.
In Auckland. Good to see. Here's Vidanovic. Oh, stolen by Lafaele. 2-on-1 situation. Webster. How did he get that? Straight down to low. Oh, that was really nice from Vodanovic.
Oh, the Harlem Globetrotters are in the buildings tonight. They'll be happy with that. Lafayette needed to keep that dribble.
That was super good from Vodanovic. Now, Lafayette wide open for a three, and he lets them know that he can shoot from the outside.
And I like that it was straight on to the next play. Obviously, the turnover that you don't want to see out in transition, but that time shot the ball with confidence and converts to three. And once again, it's that same flex action, just falling asleep. Need to do a better job on the defensive end in two places. Need to bump the cutter, but also put pressure on Corey Webster so he can't make that pass so easily.
Well, must be mentioned that Baxter Jr.'s not on court at the moment after conceding those two early fouls. Jackson Stentz is out there at the moment. Tough job against the slickly run Auckland Tuatara offense for Vodanovic. Lafayette gets the rebound on the weak side. Lane again. Loosening up a little bit now for Manawatū. Still a big deficit for them though, as Lane. There was no contact there. It was just partially blocked there by Corey Webster. He's marked heavily by Lane. Little reach in. That was a frustration little reach in there, Brooke.
Corey Webster did a good job to maintain the ball. Tuka Cooper just trying to sneak around him there. Almost turned the ball over, but you're right, frustration foul there. Thought there was contact down the other end on this jump shot. He picks up the foul, Corey Webster, who makes his way to the bench with another impressive start for him.
Yeah, 3 points for him, just that three-pointer. He put up the one shot so far.
I'm impressed with how he's running the team at the moment, though.
Yeah.
Everything's run through him. He's orchestrating it well. And his assist game has probably never been better as Big Rob Lowe.
A real mismatch there on Luca Richards, you tough young player from Portofenua, up against the seasoned vet in Rob Lowe. Now Heron, post up on Dalton, rattles it in. No call there too. He reckons he was fouled.
From this angle, looked like there was contact. Good job of finishing through contact and getting this one back to 11.
Fitzgerald. Cooper still out there. Now Dalton. Cooper almost caught in possession in the corner there. Shot clock down to 3. Fitzgerald. So there was a really untidy offensive set that time from the Tuatara. Nice dish there from Lane, and Richards is going to bounce it in. And Aaron Young's had enough as Auckland just get a touch loose for his liking. Wants to settle it down with a timeout.
Well, I like the timeout. Up into the last 30 seconds, every look that they've tried to get, they've got. Just two empty possessions there from the Auckland Tuatara. And one or two Jets made them pay twice. And I feel like the lead should be bigger than 9 right now. Jets have done a good job since that timeout of just working their way back into this ball game. And like we just said, back-to-back possessions, empty possessions for the Auckland Tuatara, and a quick timeout from Aaron Young.
Indeed, and that lead has been as big as 13. Lowe has 8 points, Tarangi 6. And a point scoring spread around a little bit for Manawatū with Lafayette in here and getting multiple baskets.
This one's going this way. It's gone up. I'm checking it out. Here it goes.
I just feel like they settled down, found their way into this ball game, and the stuff here. And as you see before, just expect him to look a little bit different tonight in terms of the actions that he gets into, the looks that he gets, how he gets onto the rim, and that 3-ball, you can expect it to fall a little bit more tonight as the season continues, because he isn't going to see as much attention on the defensive end as he has seen over the last 6 or 7 games.
Yes, indeed. Aaron Young's not mucked around here. Webster and Vodanovic are both back out there after that short breather.
Well, it just shows the integral part that Corey's played with this Auckland Tuatara squad, and had question marks around him running the point at the start of the year, but he has answered all of those.
He's shown a lot of faith in Takaha Cooper, hasn't he, this season too, Aaron Young? He's going at 16 minutes a game for the Tuatara, which is a great opportunity for the 21-year-old. Now Glidden, here's Vodanovic. Rattles in his second 3 of the game.
just shooting the ball with absolute confidence. Went to the Philippines, then won himself a title in the ANBL with the jack jumpers, and now he's here. And how he's shooting the ball.
He's got the old, as we see Heron get one in. Again, he ends up in the right teams in the last few years, hasn't he? Getting to finals.
He always works his way there.
Especially in the ANBL. I think he's featured in the last 3 final series, hasn't he?
He's the cheat code. Maybe he's the recipe.
3 different teams.
You want to make it, you go and get him.
Speaking of Adanovic, he gets a little tip there. And sort of loose ball foul there.
One of the breakers have space for a spot next year.
Yeah, exactly. Vodanovic actually, speaking of in there, was the player to concede the foul there. Oh, I'm sure he'd love to go back to the breakers, wouldn't he?
I wouldn't be surprised. Not sure what the future holds for Tom Vodanovic, but
yeah,
his talents will take him somewhere.
He's a tough player, isn't he? Campbell Scott back out there now. Well, for his first taste in the game, after starting several games for Manawatū. Here's Scott. Over to Baxter Jr. He's back there on 2 fouls. Well, maybe he should have just stuffed it in there.
Well, you know what he can do. We know what he's capable of. I've said he's the most athletic player in the league. Just want to see him go up and stuff that one home. And Carlin Davison. I ain't going to sleep on you either, Carlin. The 2 most athletic men in the league.
Exactly. Well, Davison enjoyed and played it off the backboard in a Rapid League game the other day and stuffing it home. Glennon almost has it pinched out of his hands by Scott. There's Webster. Nice roll away by Vodanovic. And there's the stop by Baxter Jr. And now Scott gives it to Lane. Nice play to Judd. And there's Liam Judd with 2 points.
Shows off that athleticism.
He's got a serious leap on him, Brooke.
And he can jump off 1 and 2. If he gets out in transition, he'll take off from 1. That time, gathers with 2. Charlie Dalton. It wasn't the biggest poster in the world, but just a little hello.
High off the rim, it's going to fall for Scott. Yeah, Liam Judd coming off career-high 30 points in a losing effort against the Saints last week. Most of them in the final quarter. Like 20 points in the last quarter. You just went ballistic.
Can explode. We know what he can do in transition. The 3 ball, he's continuing to work on the 3 ball. It's again having a chat with Coach Natu Tavali before the game as we see him get into the lane and just ever so nicely extend that one out.
Judd back to Lane. It feels like Manawatū are starting to find their mojo a little bit at the moment. The shot clock, though, down to 5 seconds. And Lane is astray with that one. Lead is back to 8 points. Has been as high as 13 in the game. And closing on the end of the first quarter. Glidden. Nice fake. There's Fitzgerald with the 3-pointer, but it won't drop. And there's the end of the first quarter. Nice little comeback by Manawatū. Still a lot of work for them to do, but at least they're in kind of touching distance. It's the Tuatara up by 8, 25-17.
It's that time, everyone. It's the Sal's NBL Steel, brought to you by Sal's Authentic New York Pizza. All right, we've got Kenny coming out here. We've got another very special guest. Let's hear it. They've come all the way from North Cross Intermediate as well. And they're going to be shooting for as many Sal's Authentic New York pictures as they can. I'm going to stay in the middle. You two are going to go reach in. And each time you get a bucket, come up and steal a voucher for us. That equates to a free pizza. All right, guys, we've got to count them down. Let's count them down in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, we're doubling it up here. Each bucket is worth 2. Yes, you got the first one. Keep going. I'll keep count. You keep running. We've got our other guests there as well. Next shot. Let's see if we get another one. He's going to dribble all the way back to halfway. We've got 4 here for this bloke. We've got 10 seconds, guys. Make it snappy. Here we go.
Mai hoki mai, welcome back here to Eventfinda Stadium with the Auckland Tuatara having their 13-point lead cut to 8. And a little late rally there from Manawatū. Leading scorer in the game, Rob Lowe with 8. Vidanovic with 8 with a couple of threes in there. And Mustafa Heron, who looks a bit more keen and hungry in this first quarter, has 6 points leading for Manawatū. So second quarter underway. And almost Webster gets in there. In fact, did Scott stand on the sideline? He did. Oh, man.
Just those turnovers. And a coach killer. Got all the space in the world. Throw it to space. Let the PG go and get it. Good job from Corey Webster to force the issue and picks up the foul. Picks up the turnover.
Oh, geez, that's too easy for Rob Lowe, isn't it? You won't get two easier points than that in the whole season.
Just not a good 12 seconds. And that was the problem in the first quarter for the Jets. It was a slow start. First 5 minutes, they had 6 points. Bunch of turnovers. Need to look after the ball a little bit more.
Judd can shoot the three. Don't worry about that. Missed that one. Scott thought about a putback three-pointer attempt there. Now, Judd, once again, you're so right with Manawatū. The turnover and the easy layup. Giveaway as Lafoele has it pinched out of his hands by Glidden. No foul. And now here comes Webster.
Last time these two teams played, the Jets had a 9-turnover quarter.
Wow.
11 turnover quarter against the Saints as well. So they need to protect the ball as Rob Lowe scores once again. Comes up a little ginger. And what looks like his right ankle. Seems to be walking it off, but they have to protect the ball.
12 points to Rob Lowe already. And just like that, Manawatū 4-0, or they've conceded 4 points to start the second quarter. Scott gives it to Heron. Lane is on the bench at the moment, folks, for Manawatū. As Heron puts up a tough shot. Good basket there from Mustafa Heron.
Good defense, just better offense. You'll live with it. Contested one dribble, mid-range jumper. That's just a good offensive scorer, but that's what you can't live with. The slight hezzy. Straight into the lane, though, for Corey Webster. Too easy on the defensive end.
Quiet start on the scoring front here for Webster, but he's been good defensively as he's stolen the ball there. Gives it to Vidanovic. Vidanovic, soft hands from him again. Auckland, nice run here.
Well, it starts once again on the defensive end. Unforced turnovers. There's 3 to start this second quarter, and they're paid every single time.
8-2. The Tuatara have outscored Manawatū to start this quarter, and we only had 2 minutes. Heron, that looked good from the moment it left his fingernails.
Once again, not bad defense there from Cam Glidden. Contest, but that's just a score right there. Shoots it over. Dribbled into it. Hits the 3, and it's back to 11.
Heron's got the ball. He has 11 points. He might look at a bit of showtime here, Heron. Ooh. Nice. 13 for him.
Taking control of this ball game for his Jets.
Lowe just throws it into the Makita sign over there. So a bit loose by both teams at the moment.
Tough finish there from Heron. In transition. Crossover back to his left. Went into his bag. Came out with 2 points. But same thing that worked with for the Tuatara to start this quarter. I mean, we've only played 2.5, but 3 turnovers to the Jets, 3 turnovers to the Tuatara now, both times. Teams are paid.
Baxter Jr. back out there now for the Jets. Marked by Webster. Oh, that was pretty from Baxter Jr.
And they've just gone to isolation ball. And it's working for them at the moment. Go to your scorers. Allow them some space. It's on this end that they need to continue to get stops.
Lowe kicks it out to Tarangi. Tip to Lowe. He's going from the free throw line. Can't get it. Baxter Jr. with authority grabs the rebound. Now here comes Heron again. I can tell you that's the first three-pointer. Oh, as Heron gets hot again. And Aaron Young's had enough. Not even a second after that ball went through. It went swish. He called a timeout.
He called it before the shot was even up. But a roller coaster of a start to the second. Tuatara looked like they were about to blow it out, but on the back of number 7, stuff for Heron. Oh, chucked him on his back and just said, hold on, boys. Hold my beer.
Exactly. 13 points here for Heron, as we see. In fact, it's 16 for Heron now, with that lead all the way back to 4.
When did that happen? That was
struggling to explain this first 3 minutes and 16 seconds, Brooke.
both teams are trying their best to take over this ball game and get a full vice grip on it, but turnovers killing both teams, and Mustafa Heron's killing the Tuatara right now.
Absolutely. Heron, 6 from 8 from the field with 16 points. 2 from 3 from three-point line.
We've got the Harlem Globetrotters out here at the moment.
Oh! We've just seen one of them nail a half-court shot. No trouble at all.
That was his first shot of the day. What's he doing? Who needs to import?
Far out.
Hell, he was 1-on-1 from deep. That was halfway.
If it was me, I'd retire. Right there and there.
Did we get that on camera?
Man.
Oh.
Hard luck there, but trust us, folks. That was a pretty special moment. Really cash, wasn't it? Just absolutely nailed it.
You can tell he's done that before.
Tell you paid no attention to that whatsoever was Aaron Young, the Tuatara coach, who was very, very emphatic with what instructions he wants to see from his team. Webster fakes a 3. That's a good play from Corey Webster. Vidanovic from the corner again. There's Lowe, those long arms. Nice ball back to Vidanovic. Oh, Baxter Jr. did just enough to disrupt, though. And Manawatū get the stop, man.
Yeah, effort plays there on the defensive end. Baxter Jr. could have given up on that play. Didn't. It was enough to force the miss and get another stop.
Here's Lane. Shot clock down to 8. Not liking any movement from his teammates, Lane. And that actually hit the bottom of the backboard. Easy stop there for the Tuatara. They actually didn't have to do much at all. So we see Webster drive on Lafaele, and there's that little kiss off the glass Webster's famous for.
Yeah, it's one of those patented plays at the moment. It's the slow down on the drive. You see it a lot in the NBA. It's that slow last step, slow last dribble. Executed that perfectly.
Heron, Campbell Scott. Bit of a mismatch there with Rob Lowe. No wonder he didn't put up the three-pointer. Here's Baxter Jr. Ah! That was pretty special.
And that all just comes from the defensive end. They doubled Mustafa Heron. Did a good job of getting it out quickly as you see the double come.
No, he threatens to jam it home again here, doesn't he? Look at that. You can see a vapor trail coming off him there.
We'll still take that with the finesse, but you're right, one more dribble. That's on your head.
Absolutely.
But they'll take the 2 points right now, and great job from Heron right there to get rid of the ball as soon as he saw that double coming.
4 for Baxter Jr. in the game. Glidden, that's a nice drive, isn't it? That's class and experience on display there.
Well, one thing that they don't have, this Manawatū Jets team, is paint protection. You just see it with the size. They had Tyrell Harrison at the start of the year as the ball's going back to Tuatara, but as soon as he was gone, that inside presence was gone, and you can see it already. Corey Webster's got to the rim, Cam Glidden's got to the rim, and we know with all due respect what they can do from deep, but aren't the most athletic as they're a little bit older in age now. It's just too easy for them.
It's back to 6 for the Tuatara. Got back to 4 for a second. Webster from the corner on Baxter Jr. Good ball into Lowe. Lowe's tough under the hoop there. Another foul on Rob Lowe.
Good job of getting what they wanted. Corey Webster deep. Rob Lowe, good job sealing, and just a mismatch. And once again, just going back to just not having the inside presence, just to be able to slow things down, contest shots at the rim, and tidy up all those rebounds is one thing that's hurting the Jets at the moment. You can't teach size.
That foul was on Mustafa Heron. It's just his first in the game. As Lowe goes back to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Third visit in the game from. He's 4 from 5. Back to an 8-point lead again. So we've seen in Manawatū games this season, they concede early, make a bit of a run, cut that deficit back, and then they ease out again as Heron creates space for himself beautifully. And he's going to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for a 3-point play.
He's a problem.
Man.
And once that 3 ball starts to fall, as we said before, you have to contest. Get a little bit closer into his space. And he's strong with that first step. They're forcing him right, capable of going right. There was a slither of space. He found it, got back to the rim, and he's had a huge second quarter. He is human, though.
He can't get the three-point play to drop, so he stays on 18 points. First free throw miss of the game there for Mustafa Heron, who looks motivated.
He does. Got a point to prove out there tonight. And this hasn't been working so far as a squad this year. And he's just kind of said, I'm going to give this one a go tonight.
Tarangi, shot clock down to 4. Tough shot there for Ruben Tarangi. And a foul against Manawatū. Disputing that rebound, and it goes on number 5, Simon Lafaele.
Like pretty good initial defense there from Simon Lafaele, but he hasn't said much, didn't complain too much, and you can normally tell. Maybe just got him across the arm late, but ref saw enough, sent Ruben Tarangi to the line and converts the first.
Tarangi, his first visit to the Chemist Warehouse stripe in this game. Back to a 7-point game. And Tarangi with 2 free throws goes up to 8 points. Back to an 8-point margin. Crates. And Crate is going to go to the line to shoot 2. And here's the 17-year-old just letting it rip again.
Yeah, athleticism. Too easy though, off a free throw. Makes the free throw as well. 1 pass down. 1 dribble from Crate. He's on the rim going to the line. The defense needs to be better from the Auckland Tuatara, especially off a free throw. It's a bit of a back and forth at the moment. It's kind of like this Drake and Kendrick beef. It's a bit of back and forth. No team really pulling away, and Tuatara had chances, but led by Heron. Just keeping the Jets in this ball game right now.
Important free throws here for Lachlan Can't get the second one to drop. Danovic with the rebound, and now Webster. Cooper back out there for another stint now for the Tuatara. Here's Webster. Oh, that turnaround jump shot is a killer from three-point line when it's, and he nails it like that.
There's not much you can do about that. It comes off the down screen.
It's pure, isn't it?
They call that butter. Knew it was going up. Lane almost got over that screen, but when you have a world-class shooter, you can't allow him to have that much space. And he makes that look easy. That's a tough shot. Coming into his shooting range though, which is actually probably deeper than that, but turns into that left-right, squares the shoulders. And a gym that he's been playing at since he was probably 3 or 4.
Exactly. Just got the sense of where that basket is, isn't he? There's a great shot from Corey Webster, who's up to 10 points in the game.
There's a chance he has the most points in this arena.
Oh, yeah.
Of all time.
Of course.
When you go age groups, nationals, he was with the Breakers as well. There's every chance Corey Webster has scored more points in this building than anybody else.
And that's why. Great play from Corey Webster and Tuatara.
I feel like someone's about to come at me on social media. That was just my initial, but I'm willing to stand on that. I think Corey Webster has more points than anybody else.
Well, I reckon
at Eventfinda Stadium.
Well, I reckon if you want to dispute that with Brooke, you've got to give us a name that would have more than Corey Webster.
Right, and I'll be honest with it.
Someone has got to give us a name.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. Lane for Manawatū. Baxter Jr. Oh, it's a great shot from Baxter Jr. That was as good as the three-pointer we just saw from Corey Webster.
And they're making tough shots. Capable shooters, though, especially with the imports that they have. And it's keeping them in this ball game. And a tough shot's better than a turnover.
Webster misses that three-pointer. Rebounds kind for Lowe. And he can't put the putback back in. And now here comes Heron. Oh, a little steal from Dalton was a beauty. There's a 2-on-1. And Dalton for the Tuatara. Well, he deserved the 2 points there after the steal.
He did. You know he's going to get out and run. Good job from Corey Webster. Just
back to a 9-point game. Heron. And there's Webster with the steal this time. Back for Dalton. Beautiful ball to Lowe.
They put it on the money. Comes from a turnover once again, though. As we said before, a bad shot or a tough shot right now for the Jets is better than a turnover.
Baxter Jr. He just lost it stone cold again. Webster. Now Tarangi. In traffic. And it's still going to be Tuatara ball with 11 on the shot clock.
And one thing that Tuatara do, and especially because they're a little bit older, they got the vets, but just watch this one first. Charlie Dalton.
Yeah.
Threads the needle and finds Rob Lowe, but the guards, as Corey Webster gets to the rim with the left and one, extends the lead out to 13, but the guards wait in the corner. They allow the big to come to them. It gives them enough space as they come out of those corners and create. And they all do it.
We just watched Webster here, almost like he lost it. But no. Just had that lovely little arc on that little release for the three-point play. And Webster having a big second quarter here. You got any names yet? Not yet, have you?
Casey Frank has scored more points. That was my text.
Is that from Casey?
That was from Justin.
So, Webster. And Webster completes the three-point play. Tuatara again now looking good. 14-point game. Is Heron. Just a little face-up. Doesn't get the roll off the rim. Low with another rebound. That's 5 in the game for him. Here's Webster. Oh, and that is going to go against Baxter Jr. It's his third foul, Brooke. They don't want to get him in foul trouble. He probably, what do you do now? Sub him with a minute 52 in the half?
With a minute 52, I think that might be him done for the half. Can't allow him to pick up his fourth, especially the way they're playing. They'll attack. They'll go straight at him. And he's had a good second quarter as well. Did a good job again to the rim. Got out and ran a couple of times. Extended from deep and hit that three.
So Lafayette back in. Baxter Jr. is going to sit down with 7.
And they play in spurts. This Jets team plays in spurts, but they haven't found consistency, whether that's through a complete quarter, a complete half, or a game.
Yeah.
But it's there. And then they have these lapses, which absolutely kill them. And the lapses are outdoing the spurts at the moment.
And there's another easy 2 points for Ruben Tarangi.
And just too easy on the offensive end. The defensive needs to tie it up. They've given up 53 points in a quarter, and a half, excuse me.
Heron, not foul, but he's picked up the ball again somehow. Now Judd, here's Lane. Lafayette can't get it.
There's another turnover.
Yeah.
That sounds like a broken record at the moment, but it's always going to be tough, and it's been one of their staples. In the back cut there, they just fall asleep, and Corey Webster finds them. But if you're going to give up easy buckets and you're going to turn the ball over, it's always going to be tough.
Well, this lead 16 is the biggest of the game, and you're right with the turnovers. Manawatū 10 turnovers to 5 in the game now.
And it feels like there's more than 10 as well. Unforced turnovers. It feels like they've had 10 in this quarter. And they brought it back. And just turnovers killing them in the easy basket for Tuatara.
Charlie Dalton at the line. Dalton there with the free throw. Gives Manawatū 2 extra points to chase in the game. An 18-point game now. Lafayette. Of course, Sean Lane again finding space under the basket. Tough to find, but he's going to go to the line to shoot a couple. New import in the Manawatū team. Just completed his rookie pro contract in Germany, playing for a team called Paderborn. And here he is, all the way down in New Zealand. As he begins his basketball nomad career.
It's one of the beautiful things about basketball. It takes you all around the world. See some amazing things, meet some amazing people, playing the game that you love.
He's a bit of a standout at University of New Haven. Played 113 games in his 5-year career there. Gets 2 out of 2 from a Chemist Warehouse stripe. Cuts that lead back to 16 with under a minute to play now in this first half. Danovich sets the screen for Webster. Tarangi. Shot clock down to single numbers again. Here's Cooper. Beautiful ball into Dalton. Cooper flies in there. He had wings that time.
Just didn't give up on the play. Have to box out.
Very nice from Tukaha. Cooper gets 2 points in the game. Lafaele for Manawatū. Lane again. Looking for some movement, not getting much as Webster blocks. Scott Spotter put up the shot. Nice play from Campbell Scott. Player timeout call with 8.7 left in the first half.
Good finish, good read. I thought he must have a golden opportunity there to let it go from deep, and we know what he can do from the three-point line, but got Ruben Tarangi on his feet. And finished and got them just over 40 in the half. Takes them out to 41, but smart player timeout there from the Tuatara. Had one to give. Sometimes I like the idea of just taking it and going, though. Don't allow the defense to set up, especially the way that you're playing.
Well, Manawatū need a stop to give some confidence here at the halftime break. Webster. He's going to put up the three, is he? No. Oh, just all class, Corey Webster. You just knew the last 2 points, last basket was coming from Corey Webster. He's going to take 15 in the first half as the Auckland Tuatara complete a pretty comfortable first 20 minutes in this game with a big lead at the major break. It is 59-41 at halftime.
Let's go and see. We've got a very special guest here who's going to be helping us out as well. Tama Tuatara. Now, what we're going to do, this is going to be fun. We've got our Makita blowers here. We've charged them up nicely. They are ready to roll. Now, we've got the mums, and all they've got to do is get from one side of Tama Tuatara and all the way back. And if you're the first one back, yep, you're going to go round opposite ways, no contact hopefully, and you'll score this amazing prize pack. Thanks to Nikita. Are we ready, girls? Crowd, are we ready? We're going to count them down. All right, you guys can cheer for this side. You'll stand here, you're cheering for her. Let's count them down. Thanks to Nikita. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Here we go. This could be amazing, or it could be an absolute shambles. We're going to find out. All right, it's like Olympic sailing, except for with blowers and basketballs. Here we go. We're going to roll the leader, but a different strategy here. Bit of contact almost. Here we go. First one back to the Coast Warehouse. Start with it. Here we go. Yes. I don't know what happened over here. What's happened? All right, let's hear it, crowd. Amazing mum. Firstly, let's check in with our second place. We've got a consolation prize. We've got, what we've got in here? Some Makita stuff. A beanie. We've got a beanie, which is really handy to have this time of the year. Happy Mother's Day to you. And let's check it now with our winning mum. Who we got here? Casey. Now you're with the family. Where are they? Let's kind of... There they are. Where are you from? Hi, Chloe. You're coming on this up from north. So I'm guessing Tukaha Cooper's your favourite player? Oh, wow, how good is that? He is playing absolutely out of his skin this season. Let's hear it. And let's give it. How good. So, winner tonight from Kaiki. Casey. And thanks once again to our amazing crew at Makita. They're bringing the noise tonight. It's great to have them. Yeah, some cooling down.
Well, kia ora to you again. Here we are at the Eventfinda Stadium on Auckland's North Shore. Auckland Tuatara with a comfortable lead at halftime over the Manawatū Jets here in the NZNBL game. 59-41 as we look at the scoreboard over there, Brooke. And it's been another frustrating half, isn't it? Manawatū show signs, if we look at them firstly, show signs of giving us something this season, don't they?
Science is a great way to put it, because they give us a good 2-3 minutes of almost excellence. And then they'll give us another 5 or 6 off the back of that of just head-scratching moments. A lot of turnovers. The defensive end, they struggle at points just to keep them out of the paint. Don't allow second, third chance opportunities. And then before you know it, the lead's blowing out. But then they had the likes of Mustafa Heron, who could just build it, is an absolute flamethrower, had 18 in that half, connected from deep a couple of times. They changed the whole defense around him. But once again, that was just in little spurts.
Yeah. But, you know, the big problem for Manawatū is defending under the basket. Rob Lowe again and Corey Webster, we've seen, you know, to Vidanovic, multiple players, other players as well in this Tuatara team drive too easily to the basket, haven't we?
Way too easy. And then those second chance opportunities. But Rob Lowe's having a field day down there. It's just easy. They're finding space, making it easy for him. And Cam Glidden, I know he's got 5 boards at the moment, but he has less than 4 points. He hasn't got going either, but Corey Webster has been an absolute architect out there with the ball with 8. They're running that flex action a bunch, and he's finding them napping on the other side. And he's picked up a bunch of assists on that flex and found them down low. And him and Rob Lowe are building that connection as well, and then doing it on the defensive end too. And we see just way too many steals, and 12 turnovers is always going to hurt for the Manawatū Jets in that first.
Yeah, 8 assists for Webster. That's already higher than his season's average of 7.7.
One thing I like, though, is notoriously being a league that's hard to give out assists. Frugal, some of these statisticians with the assists that they give out, but I like what I'm seeing at the moment. A little bit easier on the assists that they're giving out.
So the Chemist Warehouse stats all painting, or all favouring rather, the Auckland Tuatara as we get set for the second half here in the NZNBL game. It's an 18-point margin right now. We're back for the second half shortly.
Welcome back to Grant Hot Rod as well. And then we're going to welcome out a couple of very special guests who are going to try and emulate them as well. Go Hot Rod. Very soon, they're going to be coming out of one of our breaks, and 2 people will be going to try and emulate the tricks. We're going to have easy, medium, and hard levels. Let's hear it one more time for our Holland Break starters, everybody. Let's see them throughout our Tuatara, check the website. Grab your tickets. I'm going to be here for that July. I believe we'll get the date for you, but it's mid-July, I believe. Might be the 11th, but I'll double check. It's all on the signage outside. Oh, Globetrotter, it's great to have you with the country.
Well, we're not too far away from a second half start here, 59-41. It is for the Auckland Tuatara. 4 Auckland Tuatara players in double figures already. We have Rob Lowe with 16. Corey Webster, who I think only had 3 points at quarter time. Finished with 15 for the half. Tarangi and Vidanovic have 10 each. Like the energy from Charlie Dalton off the bench again. He's had 7 minutes in the first half to brought 4 points and 3 steals already. Love the energy for Charlie Dalton.
He exudes energy. That's one thing he does do it. Extended minutes compared to last week.
Look at that poll now. Not much difference there from what we saw at the start of the game with the mixandpick.com poll. Now, all you need to do, folks, is scan that QR code. Answer that question, who will win and how much. And it doesn't matter what your answer is. You could still win a Sal's Pizza prize code coming up this week. So get into it. And at the moment, based on what we've seen, I think those in that 52% category should be sitting fairly happy with their prediction here on the mixandpick.com.
Be pretty happy right now. And got a few texts over halftime. We're talking about Corey Webster before. I thought maybe he was the all-time leading scorer here at Eventfinda Stadium.
Now we've got to clarify. You were saying across everything. So got to remember, folks, Corey Webster basically grew up in this gym. He's been shooting baskets in here since he was a toddler.
And there are no stats, so this is just going to be off. It's based on opinion.
Now, we had a few other names thrown at us because we challenged some viewers to give us some names. What names have they come up with?
Tommy came through a bunch, Tom Abercrombie, and rightfully so. But I would almost, I can assure you that Corey Webster would have more buckets in here.
Now the reason is because Abercrombie he went to a uni in America for 4 years, so that counted him out.
And he played
4 years.
Don't get me wrong, he played a bunch here for the Breakers.
Yep.
He played probably more games in this building than anybody else, but was never the highest scorer.
Yep.
Did his thing, but was never the highest scorer.
Now we had other names.
The other
Kirk
one that
Penny.
came through that I maybe could be in the fight is Kirk Penny.
Yeah, now that's a case. Yeah,
that one there, I don't know how I let that one just fly straight past me. But I would still say, if I was a betting man, and sometimes if you want to lead the orchestra, you got to turn your back on the crowd, I'm going to go with Corey Webster.
Well, Kirk Penny, like Corey, grew up here.
I love you though, Kirk.
Exactly. I mean, he grew up here, but if you count all the time that he spent
more
playing,
time away.
he spent a lot of time in Europe, didn't he? And American college as well.
In college, spent some time in the NBA.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say overall, I'm still happy with my choice of Corey Webster.
I wonder whether there might be someone back in the day who might have been in contention, maybe, but we're struggling to come up with any more names.
Yeah, I'm sure there is probably a couple that we're missing out here, but I'm happy with C-Web.
Third quarter underway here with the Auckland Tuatara up by 18. And here's Lowe. Oh, lovely ball into Tarangi. A little bit heavy on that layup. Here comes Liam Judd on the boil. Now gives it to Heron, who had 18 in the first half. Make that 21.
Always one of the toughest shots. Straight out of half. Was watching, didn't really get many shots up at the half as well. Came out late.
Webster's fouled by Lane, driving to the hoop there.
Once again in that too easy basket, though. No one on the nail. Corey Webster on a strong hand. As you see Judd push the pace. Heron gather his feet. Same as Corey in that first half. Locked his shoulders in. Hits the three and he goes out to 21.
So Corey Webster goes to the line.
With a chance to further the gap between him and Kirk.
Chances are he will too, because he's an 83% free throw shooter.
I know he was angry last week as well. He had no MVP votes, even though he had a double-double with just over 20 points and 12 assists. So chasing some MVP votes tonight, but it was hard to go past Rob Lowe last week.
It was, wasn't it? What a going on, isn't he, Mustafa Heron?
He is cooking right now. Doing a good job of just getting him the ball, clearing out. They didn't seem to double that time, and he makes some pay. 6 points to start this quarter.
Here's Vidanovic. And there's Baxter Jr. Just glides down court, doesn't he? And then he just got that explosive power, but again, no foul given. As we see Tarangi steal it out of his hands, and here's Webster.
I like the aggressiveness, but you have to go back to Heron on that one. He's made two. Go to the hot man.
Poor pass that time by Lowe. That's unusual. So we see Heron easily pick that one off. Heron. Ooh, just a touch short with that one. And here comes Corey Webster again. Lowe drives nicely.
Pocket pass there from Ruben Tarangi. Put it on the money.
Did he what? Lane's lost it out of court. Going to be Auckland ball.
And they've had a couple of those ones. They're getting deep into the paint. Whether Tuatara get a hand on it or just a sloppy turnover late. They hurts them once again.
Webster. Now Tarangi. Lowe kicks it back out to Vandanovic. He's in the end just lost it out of court, has he? It's going to be Tuatara ball with 5 on the shot clock. Glidden. Sweet jumper.
I was just thinking, Cam Glidden needs to find his way into this ball game. Once again, just falling asleep on the defensive end. Too easy right there off the inbound. Find Cam Glidden for a wide open Jimmy.
Baxter Jr. Lane. Loses a couple of seconds on the shot clock. Shot clock down to 4. First lap's no good, and Vandanovic has got it for the Tuatara. Webster. Judd almost steals it. Here's Webster again. And now he'll cool the engines. Webster with a shot clock down to 3 seconds. He's just too good, isn't he? And a timeout's called by Ngātu Taufale. The Manawatū coach has Auckland eased back to an 18-point lead.
Just dribbled that one out. Had the mismatch there. It's pretty good defense from Lafayette, but better offense. They got that switch nice and early with about 16, 17 seconds to go. They just went one flat. Let Corey Webster go to work. It's out to 20 points.
Yeah, 20 points, 9 assists. He's only got 2 rebounds, mate, so someone might be on triple-double watch here.
Well, maybe he doesn't have the most rebounds in this place, and that's what we can agree on.
Lat Mayan last week almost got a triple-double against the Jets. He just finished 1 assist short.
Yeah, he was impressive last week as well. He had some highlights last week to Lat Mayan on the rim. And very similar. Turnovers killed them. Killed the Jets last week, and Lat Mayan made them pay in transition, and it's hurting them once again tonight.
Well, there you are. Actually, the double-double's now been confirmed for Webster. He's just clicked over to 10 assists in this game. Just needs to get something else for a triple-double. Got to find 8 rebounds.
Highly efficient from him, 7 to 10. Rob Lowe, 7 to 10 right now as well. And Ruben Tarangi, 4 or 6 too. So not leaving much out there.
Good to see Webster and Baxter Jr. just having a little catch up there. Of course, teammates last year, weren't they?
That's all right.
Here's Judd. And Heron. He's been hot in this game, and he can't get that one to drop, though. Vandanovic, who's been as solid as ever. Just a good team, aren't they, the Tuatara? Got all the boxes ticked. Here's Lowe. Here's that little hook shot. Going, Rob Lowe.
Just a soft touch. But you're right, clicking on all cylinders right now. And
Lane almost took the ball too far. Lafayette doesn't miss that 3. He was wide open. Number 2 back to a 19-point deficit. But lead has been as big as 20. Webster. Lafayette with the rebound. Now Lane.
That's where they need to push. Don't allow them to set up. See Lane get into the paint. Once again, it's just that fumble late as...
Oh, that hurts. Baxter Jr.
We said it in the first, might be the most athletic man in the league and shows off why. Good cut late. Lane finds him in.
It's Webster.
Here's an expressway to the rim.
Corey Webster really playing well, isn't he? He's 35, he's been playing forever, and he's playing as good as ever.
It's under control.
Yes. Baxter Jr. Spectacular jam just a moment ago. And now he's Glidden. Danovic for three. Lafaili with the rebound. Now Corey Webster. These Tall Blacks have got some big games coming up, right?
Oh, they do. It's a big year.
Big games. Webster carry on playing like this as Judd loses it out of court. And Webster again going to loom as a key man, isn't he?
Well, the Webster brothers, I would imagine, play a big part.
Yep.
The guard lineup for the Tall Blacks is going to be a tough fought for one. Shea Illy will be a guarantee, but there's a few others in there that they're going to be fighting and scrapping for some spots.
It's going to be a really interesting team when that comes out. Webster. Dalton back to Tarangi, rather. And I think Campbell Scott must have hit Rob Lowe with a feather there. Foul was conceded by Scott.
Well, it's real hard done by when you're a guard down there, just trying to fight and battle. Pick up that foul. Can't knock the hustle there on Campbell Scott, though. Probably the best thing that could happen for them right there is to pick up the foul, because that soft touch that Rob Lowe has down there in the paint.
Tarangi. Shot clock down to 6. Another foul conceded by Manawatū. He's going to go on number 14. He's Lachlan Crate.
That's the third foul on the Jets for the quarter. So no fouls for the Tuatara. They haven't picked up one yet in this third quarter.
Tarangi. Just give it to Corey Webster. Just face up here on Scott here. Look good from the hand again, Corey Webster. 24 points. He's one behind his season's best score, which was against the Airs back in round 2. Here's Heron. Working on Lowe. Heron. Oh, rattles it home. That's impressive.
He's a professional scorer.
Wow.
Rob Lowe, good defense once again. The shots that he's making are tough. They're trying to make him put the ball on the ground. Did that. Created just enough space over the outstretched Rob Lowe.
Heron up to 27. His season's best is 32 against the Rams. Now, was that a foul? It must have been a bit of contact there from Lowe, but the official was right there, Brooke.
Maybe low, but looked like pretty good defense to me. Just once again, a better shot from Mustafa Heron. He's having himself a ball game.
Oh, he's nailing that deep too. He's 10-11 from 16 in the game. He is stroking it sweet at the moment from all over the court. Here's Dalton. And there's Charlie Dalton showing his all-round skills.
Spreads the floor, corner pocket, really locked and loaded.
Oh, it's been Heron all to come off him, so 20-point game it is. Score at halftime is an 18-point margin, so Auckland have outscored Manawatū by 2 in this quarter so far.
Once again, unforced turnover, but at the moment you allow Mustafa Heron to have one mistake, the way he's been playing this ball game.
Tarangi working off low, but Manawatū, good defence by them that time. Here's Dalton again. You know, Charlie Dalton is only 19. He's just finished 1 year of college. I tell you what, he is going to be a very key player for New Zealand down the track, isn't he?
But just does all the right things. Never forces his hand. Knows exactly what he can and can't do. Gives you maximum effort. Multiple effort plays on different positions. Just a coach's dream.
Here's Lowe working on Scott. Again, a huge mismatch there. But Scott did well. And Crate flew in with the rebound for Manawatū. Another stop to them. Here's Heron. And Tarangi playing tough defence there, and Aaron Young's going to call a timeout.
You can't knock the effort, of Mustafa Heron tonight. He's gone about his business. He's had help in certain places sporadically, but it's been the Heron show if you're wearing green, and it just hasn't been enough tonight.
No.
Strength in numbers from this Auckland Tuatara squad with the Rob Lowe with 21, Corey Webster with 24, and Ruben Tarangi. Oh, excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong ones. That's their plus minus. Not far off though. Corey Webster with 24, Rob Lowe with 20, and Ruben Tarangi with 10.
And Vidanovic hasn't scored since half-time either. It's just all Webster and Lowe at the moment for the Tuatara. And it's pretty much all Heron for Manawatū on the scoring front. Throwing that big jam from Baxter Jr.
It'll make a highlight play or two though.
Sure it will.
Cam Glidden yet to get going as well.
Yeah, well, he's only put up 4 shots in the game, hasn't he? You know, you look at Webster's put up 13. But Glidden's almost the perfect fit for the Tuatara, isn't he, Brooke? He's just a good supporting guard, and he makes other players look good.
Well, what he does as well is he allows space, because you can't leave him. You put him in a corner, you put him at the 45. You're defending Cam Glidden. You have to stay locked in. You have to stay close to home. And it allows Corey Webster to have space off those high on balls. It allows Tom Vidanovic and Rob Lowe to go to work by themselves, because the defender that's marking Cam Glidden has to stay at home. So even though it might not show in the box score, it's a ripple effect on what he does on the offensive end.
Well, Lowe's had a breather, and Nick Barrow's out there. It's his first minutes in the game, Nick Barrow. Crate for Manawatū. Under pressure from Cooper and Dalton. He's Baxter Jr. for 3.
And no Heron out there right now, so ask yourself who's going to pick up the scoring load, and expect it to fall on Lane and Baxter Jr. as Fitzgerald gets to the rim. A lot of contact, no foul. Ball staying this way.
Yeah, Jackson Stent took a heavy fall there, didn't he? He's okay.
That's where Ruben Fitzgerald just has to get into that paint, 2-foot stop and go back to the float game.
Jackson Stent continues discussing that play with the officials. There he is there, leaning over. You can see him there.
And I can appreciate the hustle, but that's a lost fight.
Barrow. Cooper. And here's Lane for Manawatū. 3 Auckland defenders straight there. And, yep, steps called there on Sean Lane. He's got himself in a little bit of a jam there.
He's come up a little bit ginger on that right knee. Good job there from the Auckland Tuatara.
I was just about to say.
It's tough.
He does all, you know, for a 19-year-old, Brooke, he's doing things pretty well.
Does all the right things. It's a tough thing to slow down to someone running at you on transition defense, but 3 guys there pack the lane.
Now, Pero Cameron's watching this game, I'm sure.
I'm sure he wouldn't miss a game.
Right.
Right.
He'll got his notebook out watching Charlie Dalton, making notes for the future, and rightly so too. Beautiful ball there from Glidden. Barrow's fouled, and he'll go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe, shoot a couple.
Well, it's just going back to the guards for the Tuatara. They stay in the corner until it's their time to cut. Once again, stayed in the corner, came off Nick Barrow, and because he waits, he's catching the ball at the elbow as opposed to catching the ball free throw line extended or even up to the 3-point line, which allows him to make that pass to Nick Barrow. So it's just a reminder to all the young kids out there watching, hold your space, wait your time in the corners, wait for your cut to be made, let the big come to you. And off those screens, off those cuts, you're going to find more space on the other side.
So Barrow at the line here. He's a good free throw shooter. 75% from the line this season. 2 from 2 from that visit. He has 2 points. For the Tuatara, they're out to a 24-point lead. Lane. A little reach in there by Fitzgerald.
I've had another name come through for most points in this gym.
Okay.
He actually plays on the Auckland Tuatara. Rob Lowe would have scored a few points in here as well. But I think where Rob Lowe will miss out is he didn't spend much time in the ANBL with the Breakers.
Exactly.
Or the majority of his time.
And again, he spent, you know, a long career in playing outside in New Zealand.
After 4 years in St. Louis, he's a Billiken and alumni there.
He's got experience in Belgium, Greece, Japan. He's been around the tracks.
Done it all. Cairns.
He totally golfed to Melbourne again. Glidden. Oh, that looked good off the hand, didn't it? Just a touch strong, and there's a loose ball foul there by, I think Barrow's come in flying in.
And I like Cam Glidden with this lineup here at the moment because it forces him to beat the scorer. And I think that's what Aaron Young's doing right now, is just trying to get Cam Glidden into this game. And it's not about this ball game. It's just about to see some shots go through as later in the season. The thing about the squad, though, is it's on any given night.
Yeah.
Anybody can get it going. But we've seen Rob Lowe, Corey Webster, and Tom Vodonovich doing it the majority of the year. So just trying to get some looks for Cam Glidden and potentially Ruben Tarangi later in this ball game too.
Lane. Oh, he smashed there. Good defense by Glidden and Barrow. Glidden, good ball. Fitzgerald. Nice play from Ruben Fitzgerald. 3-point play coming up.
I think he just got a little happy with the feet down there.
Oh, did he, in fact? Yes, he is.
But that was the right play. We talked about it before when he needed to get into the paint. 2-foot stop, go to their float game. That time went to the stop. Just a little bit too fast and one step too many.
Last 30 seconds of this third quarter. Here's Lambert. Nice pick up by Stent. Scott with shot clock down to 5. Did well there, Campbell Scott. He's going to shoot 2 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Yeah, did not give up on that play.
He's a nuggety player.
Wasn't much going there as well. Just found a little bit of space, got on the hip of Charlie Dalton. Did a pretty good job up into that last part. Got it up quick. Picks up the foul, gets to the line.
He's all effort, isn't he, Campbell Scott? So, yes, very much bench lineups from both teams at the moment as we see Scott, 1 from 2.
And he had a golden opportunity as well just to learn and grow and experience a bunch, especially over these last 6 or 7 games. But he's that combo guard.
A little reach in there on Charlie Dalton. He's going to go on number 9 for Manawatū, or might be, in fact, Kai Lambert who picked up that foul. 3.1 to play in the third quarter.
And Campbell Scott's that combo guard, but played a lot of point. So now that they've got Lane in the squad, Mustafa Heron's in, now it's Campbell Scott's finding his places, finding his spots with a new import on the squad.
And here's Dalton at the line. He's been the heaviest scorer off the bench for both teams. He's up to 10 points now. 3 steals in the game too for Charlie Dalton.
He's the punch that they've needed off the bench as well. Just
He's
gives them a
excellent.
little bit more depth off the bench.
Let's see what Manawatū can do on this last play here. Scott, just a touch short. So that margin, which was 18 at halftime, is stretched out to 23 at three-quarter time. Tuatara up 83-60.
Two each.
Auckland Tuatara 83. Manawatū Jets 60 as we head on into the last quarter of the Cells NBL Round 7 clash. And there's the special this week, the large veggie pizza for $30. Cells crossover is the online code. Scan that QR code. Get into it, folks. Valid, no, that offer valid until 14th of May, Tuesday. Get into it.
Yeah, it's been the Mustafa Heron show down there for the Manawatū Jets. He's sitting on 29, but outside of that, no one else in double figures. Lafayette has 8. Troy Baxter Jr. sitting on 9 right now. Next best scorer is Sean Lane, who's just 1 of 7 right now.
Yeah, he's had a
16%.
Tough game for him, isn't it?
4 points. And it's always tough when you play that first game with a squad, but has to find a way, especially when you're an import. You just have to find a way and work it out.
Nice tip there from Stent. As we see the MVP poll, Corey Webster, who didn't play much in that third quarter, but he's back out.
He was angry last week, he didn't get one. He's got every vote this week.
Yeah, it's Low. Pops in 2 points. Webster and Low back out there. Vidanovic, Tarangi, Glidden. Aaron Young's gone back to his starting lineup. Here's Heron. Lane out to Crate for a three-pointer. And Glidden with the rebound. Webster. Here's Low. Looking to work on Liam Judd. Good little test there for Judd. And Low wasn't keen to put the shot up there. Judd. Very nice pass from Lane.
Great look. Put it into space. We know how athletic Judd is. We saw what he did in the first. But just found space. Got out and ran. And I'd imagine the idea of putting the starters back out here is to build the lead and let them rest. Close out the game as Corey Webster gets back into the paint. Gets himself out to 26 now in the ball game.
Yeah, he's going great again, isn't he? And there's a layup missed by Heron. Webster with the rebound, or rather the outlet pass. Vidanovic. Webster working off Low. Glidden for 3. And Judd. Uncontested rebound. Now Lane spies a gap. And lays it in all the way there.
And he stays down his knee. Same thing that happened in that third.
Maybe just cramp.
Maybe just cramp on this one.
Well, let's hope it is only just cramp. A long way to come to Germany via America to New Zealand to get an knee injury or something, Brooke, isn't it?
Touch wood. So he's getting that cramp treatment. Good job in transition. Gets out. Back-to-back possessions from him. Finds Judd. That time gets into the paint and finishes. But fair enough, too, if you're going to cramp up. It's a long way. It's a long flight to get out there and play extended minutes. Close to 27 minutes tonight.
Well, Sean Lane is okay.
Can be excused with cramping up a little bit when you travel that far.
Yeah. Got to give a shout out to the medical staff, the Auckland Tuatara, who actually helped out Sean Lane. That was pretty cool.
Very impressive. I also want to give a shout out to, they've got about 18 people behind the bench from the Auckland Tuatara. They've got a squad here.
100%. That was a nice sportsmanship. As we see a little tip from Heron. And here's Judd back in possession for Manawatū. Here goes Heron. Heron. Nice. Very nice.
Did a good job. Just getting that one up quick over the shot blocker and Rob Lowe. Continues to improve his individual brilliant ball game, but just hasn't been enough as a squad.
31 points for Heron. Here's Webster. Oh, Corey Webster continues to nail it. 29 points for him. Season's best now for Corey Webster. Old one was back against the Airs in round 2. Here's Scott. Glidden, authority there, and look at the transition play from Cam Glidden. Tarangi. Now he was nailing those in the warm-up. Brooke, couldn't miss them.
You just can't have that on the defensive end. He had all the time in the world. He's the captain of the Tall Blacks, plays in the ANBL. No ball pressure, wasn't a screen. Just fell asleep on the defensive end, and Ruben Tarangi makes them pay. And that's just a snowball effect on how this, not just ball game's gone, but how the season's gone for them.
Now we got some good MVP figures, but it's still Corey Webster. Simon Lafaele on 10%.
Get in there.
He got some fans. He's got a fan club, Simon Lafaele.
Rightfully so, though, Corey Webster sitting on there 70.
Yeah, he's absolutely doing it. 29 points. Well, in fact, he nailed that 3, didn't he, just then? So, I think, let me just double check. Yeah, 32 points, 12 assists, and 4 rebounds for Corey Webster tonight. And there's still 7:09 to play.
Go alongside 3 steals as well. A block to boot. Big game here from Corey Webster. And just came up a little ginger on that last play. I don't know if he's going to see too much more of this ball game. Got some old bodies in this team. Got to rest them up where they can. So a bit of extended pressure here from the Auckland Tuatara.
Heron for Manawatū. He's got 31. Here's Scott for 3. Webster with the rebound. Another one for Corey Webster. That's 5 now. 5 rebounds in 6 minutes and 40 seconds for a triple-double. Tarangi.
I'm going to go with no.
No, here's a nice move from Vodanovic under the hoop. He has 12 points in the game. First points there in the second half for TV. 6:30 to play. Here's Judd. Oh, block now from Corey Webster. Second block of the game for him. You know, the best players just know where to be and when to be there, don't they? Look at that. That's just outstanding.
It makes it tough, too, because now you're starting your offense with 10 seconds to go. But you have Mustafa Heron, so it can always work out.
Heron. Yeah, ran into a blue wall there. And now Vodanovic off to the races. Gets his own rebound. That's tough play from Tom Vodanovic. And he's going to go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe to shoot a couple.
He was always going to get that one up. Picked up the foul, gets back to the line. It's just a big body, smart. That elbow around. Ballerina kick there at the end. And the worries that they had in that first half continued in the second. It's the defensive end for the Jets. Just wide open looks. Sitting on 95 right now. Stay on 95, but still 6 minutes to go in this ball game. And
yeah,
it was a defensive end and turnovers that were going to kill them. And once again, we've seen that. And if it wasn't for Mustafa Heron having himself a ball game, this league could be bigger than 30. Well, I thought that was going to go on.
Indeed, missed both free throws on that visit. Heron. Again, Heron loses the ball and Glennon's off. Frustration again for Heron. A couple more turnovers from him. Webster, beautiful ball to Vodanovic. 2 more for the Tuatara. And there's 2 more for Tom Vodanovic. He's up to 14 in the game. Scott. Shot clock down to single numbers again, and Glennon and almost another steal.
Once again, now they're late in the shot clock. We saw it just before. Heron had to put his head down and try and make something work. Turnover late. Now they start the offense with 8 seconds to go. And Tom Vodanovic makes his way to the bench, and that might be him done for the ball game.
Yeah, it might be. Cooper back out there alongside Dalton. Low with another rebound.
That's that inside presence. There's 2 people going for the ball there from the Jets, and Rob Lowe single-handedly, just because he was bigger, has to get that rebound.
He's Lowe almost getting the rebound again. In fact, he does have it. Nice play from Rob Lowe.
Once again, it's just an easy, wide-open look for
Ooh,
Ruben
hang on.
Salangi.
It's a foul on Rob Lowe.
Off the ball, I think he just got Heron trying to fight for that ball, but just can't fall asleep again on any of these Tuatara players, but wide open from Ruben Salangi, and that's just a lack of communication for the Jets.
Yeah, replay there, bit of a push there from Rob Lowe. Just a second foul. Liam Judd, he's found good looks hard to come by in this game. Just 4 points for him, 30 last week. Lafaele. Now Scott. It's through the hands of Luca Richards. Lafaele. Nice play from Simon Lafaele. He's been a good contributor for Manawatū in the game.
Yeah, he's had a couple moments in this ball game as well. Good job there of fighting with Rob Lowe down low. Did a good job of extending the arm. And you're right, he's had himself a ball game. There's Ruben Tarangi that time. Once again, the defense, Cam Glidden, gets all the way deep into the paint. Finds a wide open shooter in Ruben Tarangi.
16 points for Ruben Tarangi.
That's 100 on the night.
Bring up the ton, haven't they? And Tarangi 2 from 4 from three-point line. Tuatara are shooting the ball at 57%. Brooke, that's pretty decent.
It's decent, don't get me wrong. You're always going to be happy with that if you're a player.
Actually, 58% now with that
three ball.
going in. Yeah.
Coach is always going to be happy with that, but I don't want to take anything away from the Tuatara on that. It's more the easy looks that the Jets are allowing them to get. Don't get me wrong, that's an incredible clip and they're shooting the lights out, but if you want to compare the two on the types of looks that they're getting, it all starts on the defensive end with the Jets, and it's a tough team to slow down for one.
Well, it's like any sport, isn't it? If you can get defending really well, you're going to give yourself a chance.
Oh, momentum's
any sport.
Such a beautiful thing in the game of sports. Also, just heard across the speakers here in the gym that gentle reminder tomorrow's Mother's Day. Just in case anyone forgot there, you're welcome.
Have you got sorted?
Oh, shit, you know, man.
Yeah.
Too much.
Campbell Scott. Just over 4 minutes to play. Lafaele. Nice reverse layup from Simon Lafaele.
Nice move too.
He's played a good supporting part for Manawatū today. He's up to 12 points. Dalton back to McIntosh. He's out there for his first taste of action in the game. Here's Cooper. Can't get that to fall to Cooper rather. Here comes a little steal there from McIntosh. Out to Dalton. And Charlie Dalton helps himself to 2 more points. 13 in the game for him.
Very impressive off the bench. Like we said before, played extended minutes from last week, and I think this is probably more along the lines of the minutes that he'll see as the season continues, and he plays that big role off the bench, but it's been impressive tonight, and rebound there to add to the box sheet.
Dalton looks to feed that time, and he did brilliantly to Nick Barrow.
Bench has been cleared as well.
Judd with the ball for Manawatū. Got a little reach in there from Ruben Fitzgerald. So here comes Josh Ledger for his first taste in the game. Only his brother Will is the only player in the Tuatara not to have had some action in this game yet. There's still 2:53 to play. Here's Crate for 3. And there is Ledger with the rebound. Cooper. Being marked by John T. Kells. McIntosh. Dalton for a 3-pointer. Man, Charlie Dalton.
Done a bit of everything tonight. That time extends from deep. Hits the 3, and ball movement is a beautiful thing in the game of basketball.
16 points off the bench for Charlie Dalton. It's decent. He's shooting the ball at 82%.
You can get down with that.
Crate rattles one in for Manawatū.
Both Ledgers about to be on the floor as well.
Cooper. Now Barrow Dalton. Brought back to earth, Charlie Dalton.
Heat check.
Got a bit of stick from his teammates on the bench too, didn't he?
Not mad at a heat check. Smiles galore as he makes his way onto the bench. Fair enough.
Yeah, he's a popular member, isn't he, of the Tuatara team. Here's Kells.
Corkscrewed that one at the rim.
Lafele. Now Kells trying to get it back to Lafele, and there is Cooper with the steal for Auckland. Nice feed to Barrow. 2 more points for Nick Barrow. He's up to 6 in the game.
Good job there from Tukaha Cooper. Got the steal, pushed the pace. You know Nick Barrow's going to rim run all night.
Well, it's job done for sure for Auckland Tuatara. As we see Judd. Lafayette going baseline on Barrow. No call by the officials. Luca Richards, good offensive rebound. Kells for 3. And it's going to be Auckland ball. And with 1 minute to play. Here's McIntosh. And no basket that time for the Tuatara, as we see Lafayette giving it back to Liam Judd. And it's going to be Tuatara ball again.
Probably pretty good synopsis there of the game. Nothing really going on the offensive end, especially without Heron out there. And just another unforced turnover. Gives the Tuatara another chance to continue to score tonight. Push this one past 110.
Let's see what Cooper can do. McIntosh. Cooper going to be fouled. And he'll go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe to shoot a couple near the end of this game.
So you just have to know who you're marking right there as well. He's been aggressive all night, trying to get to the rim. Allow him that space. Did it in Rapids, done it in the main game as well. He's been impressive tonight.
Cooper at the line here for the Auckland Tuatara. Three points for him in the game. And here is the last play, Luca Richards. Judd. Cowles. And that's going to get it done. Big win here for the Auckland Tuatara in the Cells NBL. Very comfortable winning margin as they take the victory, which is going to be their 8th from 10 games. Having a good season so far. Auckland Tuatara winning it 110 to 72.
Did what they had to do. Made a statement at the start. Jets had a couple runs throughout that ball game, but
there's our poll results. No surprise, Corey Webster was the MVP in this game through the mixandpick.com QR code for you, with Webster finishing with 29 points, 13 assists, 5 rebounds and 3 steals. Outstanding game.
had his fingerprints all over this from the jump. Set the tone. Allowed the game to come to him. When they doubled, he got the ball out quick. When he was given space, he made them pay from deep and got to the free throw line. Did a good job on the defensive end as well.
Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. He wasn't the leading scorer in the game, though. Heron had one of his better efforts, didn't he, Brooke?
Well, he was tough. And without his 31 tonight, who knows how big that lead could have got to or what it could have extended to, but he was tough. It's been a tough season for this Jets. Doesn't get any easier as the season continues, as teams find their groove, but it was a tough night at the office for them tonight. 13 assists to go along with his 29 tonight. Cam Glidden, leading rebounder, and didn't fill it up, but managed to find ways to do it in other ways or other avenues tonight. And Corey Webster with the block and 3 steals in there as well. So well-rounded game from Mr. Webster and a whole bunch of the Tuatara tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Heron, 31 points to him. One off his season's best against the Rams a few weeks back. And how about that dunk from Troy Baxter Jr.? That was a highlight too, wasn't it?
Felt like he had a date with the rim a couple times. One time in particular, that was the highlight of the game. It's not going to show up in terms of the score, and it's not going to help them feel any better tonight, but as a fan, that was the highlight of the night.
Indeed it was. Well, there we are, folks. It's a win for the Auckland Tuatara here in Eventfinda Stadium this evening. Now, let's have a look at tomorrow. Taranaki against Southland and Wellington against Nelson. They've got a double header coming tomorrow here on Sky Sport. And then on Wednesday night, Hawke's Bay in Napier host Franklin. Big game there for Hawke's Bay. And they need a victory, don't they?
Yeah, and for the Bulls too. Bulls want to stay in there 5. Hawks fighting for that 6. Big game, and I'm a big fan of Isaiah Moore. He can win a game on his own. It's a big game coming up on Wednesday night.
Well, great vibe here in Eventfinda Stadium here on the North Shore. And it's the Auckland Tuatara getting the spoils. And there is your MVP, Corey Webster. Fantastic game from the Tall Blacks veteran. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure you did. Auckland Tuatara take the victory over Manawatū in this game. 110 to 72. Thanks for watching. Mā te wā.